Charles has been with Toastmasters about 4 years. He's working on, I think he's gone past this, but he's working on level 1, speech 3 from the Motivational Speakers volume. Welcome, Charles.
Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, I'd like to talk about your addiction. I want to talk about your addiction. You use every day. On top of that, you use every day and you really damage the environment. And lastly, you can't get away from it. I'd like to talk to you about your addiction to plastic. The first step towards getting through addiction is to admit that you have addiction. You get down on your knees, you put your hands up to the great Mother Nature and you say, I have a plastics problem! Okay, you feel better? You've defined your problem. You have a plastics problem. That's good. That'll help you through this process. Plastics are a problem. The reason plastics are a problem is because plastics are pervasive. Plastics are pervasive. There is a gyre, twice the size of Texas, floating 1,000 miles off the Pacific coast, and it is all plastic. It is all plastic. Twice the size of Texas. They're talking about cleaning that process up. Let me tell you, it's twice the size of Texas. Now, there are different types of plastic, because people that make plastic are very creative. My favorite is PET, P-E-T, number 1. This is the biggest addiction that we have. We buy these in cases and cases, and they're everywhere, and you're all running around with your water. Oh, I've got my water. I'm hydrating with my PET, with my plastic. The other one is HDPE. I have to read these. That's the milk jug. That's number 2. Third is PVC. That's a plastic softener. LDPE, plastic bags. Number 4. Number 5 is PP, yogurt container. Number 6 is PS, which is styrofoam or packaging. And the last is BPA and BPS, which is considered the other plastic. Plastics are pervasive. In my opinion, plastics are poisonous. They found plastics in women's breast milk. They find it in their endocrine system, which can mess with growth hormones. Plastics are poisonous. They break down to little itty bitty pieces. Fish eat them. Those fish are eaten by bigger fish. Zooplankton, they're in zooplankton. They're poisonous. They're pervasive and they're poisonous. What's your plastics plan? You have a plastics problem, it's pervasive, it's poisonous. What is your plastics plan? We all need a plastics pollution solution. That's what we need, plastic pollution solution. Now, there are 3 R's. You know what the 3 R's? Reduce, reuse, and recycle. I have a 4th R. You know what it is? Refuse. I'm telling you, refuse plastic. That's the only way you're going to solve this problem. 30% of the plastics, 30% of the plastics that we recycle get recycled. The other 60% don't get recycled and go floating around the oceans and every place else. So that's your 4th R. That's your 4th R, is to refuse plastics. Now, there's a great way to refuse plastics. It's called recipes. I am a great hummus consumer. I consume lots of hummus from Trader Joe's, and I decided to start making my own hummus. So I get my 2 cans of garbanzo beans and my lemon juice and my garlic and my tahini, and I put it in the blender and I make my hummus. You can also make your own pico de gallo. That also comes in a little plastics container at Trader Joe's, which I also buy. And if you really want to get ambitious, make your own yogurt. That's very simple. You take a half gallon of milk, you heat it up to 180 degrees, let it cool down to 115 degrees, you mix in some other cultured yogurt, and you sit it in an oven at 100 degrees, like a proofing, 100 degrees, for 8 hours. You pull it out, put it in the fridge, and you have homemade yogurt. No stabilizers, sugar. There you've taken 3 pieces of plastic out of your waste stream, and if you're really ambitious, you go to Whole Foods and get your milk out of a glass container. It's expensive, but the money you save on pico de gallo and hummus and yogurt will offset the cost of extra for the organic milk. That's the plastics plan. Start small. Reduce, reuse, recycle, refuse. And if you have the veracity to cure your addiction to plastics, you will be adding to our wonderful environment and taking away a problem. Thank you very much.